Hello everyone. Welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Warthog, U.S. Global Command 11.4. Okay, tech. Okay, the Americans are Advanced SLBM, SDI, Chemical, Advanced Manufacturing. Advanced SLBM and Chemical, yes. Looks like the others, no. So, Advanced SLBM is complete, and the Americans get stage 1 of chemical warfare doctrine. Okay. Global operations, diplomacy. As you see there, the Soviets are all grouped up and ready to gang up on Israel. So the Americans are using the 2 free die and paid 2 IPP for the extra die to try to get a military pact signed with Israel. Okay, now military aid and purchase. The U.S. is spending 9 to send NATO a destroyer. What is that other one? I have forgotten. A destroyer. I think it's a next-gen MBT and a destroyer is what they're sending there. Now I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, okay, now we got it. Okay, that's that. They're spending 10 to send Israel 2 next-gen MBTs. And that's that. And then for themselves to purchase, it is, I believe that's 22 on 2 next-gen MBTs and 2 fighters, and then 12 on 2 advanced ASFs. And then I forgot the missiles again. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 and 3, right? No, 5 and 4. 5 and 4. Five cruise missiles and 4 anti-ship missiles. Okay, there we go. All right, combat movement. The B-52 takes off from Diego Garcia, flies over here, over M11. It is shooting 2 cruise missiles into Hyderabad. One of these SSNs moves over here to I-12, and he is shooting the 3rd missile into Hyderabad. So a total of 3 cruise missiles in surgical strike there. Then everybody from South Pakistan, everybody from North Pakistan, except that mech, are attacking New Delhi. Okay, then this SSN moves 1 space up there to M7 and is going to shoot 2 anti-ship missiles into M10. And they will be using the spy satellite to achieve target select on any hits. And then over here, we have the air from the supercarrier in M2 coming over here. 2 ASFs and an attack bomber going in on an attack on West Libya. The fighter's also going in. He'll be flying a seed mission. Okay, then these 2 cruisers come over here and shoot 2 cruise missiles in here to support the attack. The battleship comes over here and shoots 2 Tomahawk missiles in there to support the attack. This battleship from A40-12 comes in here and shoots its 2 Tomahawks in there to support the attack. And then the amphib group, here moves over, and the amphibious assault ships, there are 2 of them, deliver 2 Marines, an attack chopper, and an air cav into invasion of West Libya. Okay, there's that. This airborne is going into eastern Algeria in an unopposed attack. So that'll just be a capture. And I believe that is it for combat movement. Check my notes to be sure. New Delhi, Hyderabad, West Libya, Eastern Algeria, M10. Yep, that's it. Okay, so we have unopposed attack here. So that the Americans grab it, deny the bonus income to the Soviet, but there's no battle star. All right, next we're going to do the anti-ship missile attack into M10. How the Soviets do have their battle cruiser and 2 frigates, so they do get 3 AMD shots. And both missiles are shot down, a 4 and a 1. Well, these things happen. Okay, there's that. Now we will have the surgical strike into Hyderabad with 3 cruise missiles. There is a SAM there. So, 3 AMD shots again. This time 1 missile is shot down. The other 2 come in and both miss. Well, as I said, these things happen. There are no guarantees. Okay, so next we will do the Battle of New Delhi. So let me move everybody to the boards. Okay, here we are. For first strikes, you got an American field artillery and 2 self-propelled. The Soviets have 2 self-propelled that will defend with chemical. There's no terrain, so what you see is what you get. Okay, so two self-propelled and 1 field artillery. Also, there's no terrain in this attack. Everybody missed. Soviets have 2 self-propelled defending with chemical. Oh geez, look at that. Okay, there's a disruption and then followed by 2 first strike hits. So the Americans have to get disrupted and then they have to take 2 first strike casualties, which will be the field artillery and 1 self-propelled artillery. Okay, there's that. Now we have 2 fighters on air superiority. There is an air hit. So there is an air battle star for the Americans. All right, now, well, the SAM still gets to shoot. He only gets 1 die because there's only 1 Soviet fighter. He gets a hit, so that will actually count as the air hit, since it's going to have 2 air hits. One's, I don't know, could you do that? Yeah. Excess air superiority hits. Because then if you applied the fighter hit as a general hit, would you really deserve the air battle star? Okay, this is what we'll do. Going to take the air battle star away from the Americans. The SAM hit is going to count as the air hit, and the air superiority hit is now extra. It will be a general hit. I think that's probably the way to do that. Okay, 2 light infantry. Both miss. 2 MBTs at 3. Both miss. Next gen MBT at 5. Misses. Ooh. Hurt him. Okay, so you got a fighter on air superiority defending. He misses. 2 MBTs. They both miss. The Americans got lucky. Okay, so the air hit takes out the Soviet fighter, and 1 general hit they're taking on a self-propelled. Clears those off. Go to round 2. This guy goes to the box. This guy goes to the box. This guy goes to the box. He goes over here in his normal spot, and here we go again. This time we'll do the 2 fighters first, or nothing. Next gen MBT. Okay, there is a hit. Land target select doesn't matter because the MBTs are the only things left. 2 MBTs. Miss. 2 light infantry. Miss. 2 Soviets defend. For 1 land target select hit. Okay, so the land target select hit, the Soviets are going to put on an MBT. And then the general hit kills an MBT. There is 1 defending Soviet left. Let's let the fighters have first shot again. Okay, there's a 1. That's the hit that is needed. The Soviet defends for a miss. Okay, that's going to be a land battle star for the Americans. Those Soviets come off. I'll put things in New Delhi, and then I will move the West Libya fight to the boards. Okay, here we are. In first strike, we have 2 cruise missiles and 4 Tomahawks. As I said, the American naval fighter is flying to SEAD mission, but Warsaw Pact elected to use the SAM for missile defense instead, so it does get first strike. And there's a... Yeah, I applied the desert terrain penalty. The close air support keeps the air cab at a 4 and 1 Marine at 3. The other 2 Marines drop down to 2. So, first we have 3 AMD shots, and you hear the staff conference going on in the background. 3 AMD shots. Okay, the Warsaw Pact is at stage 3, so 1 cruise missile is shot down. All right, that's enough. So we have 6 Tomahawks and 1 cruise missile. Cruise missile, of course, is at 5. Tomahawks are at 6. Wait a minute. No, not 6 Tomahawks. 4 Tomahawks. What am I thinking? That's better. 4 Tomahawks and 1 cruise missile. One of the cruise missiles hit, all the Tomahawks missed. Or the 1 cruise missile. So, naturally, Warsaw Pact is going to take the SAM as their first strike casualty. Okay, now we have 2 ASFs on air superiority, of course. There is 1 air hit. That is, this time that will be an air battle star for the Americans. Okay, now there are 2 Marines at 2. Well, there's 1 hit. 1 Marine at 3. It belongs up there. I put it in the wrong place. Look at that. The Marine at 3 got a hit. And, uh-oh. Dropped my lucky die. Got an air cav at 4. That's a miss. Attack chopper. Missed. No longer the lucky die. Fighter. Okay, there's a hit. And attack bomber. There is a hit. That's what, 4 or 5 hits total, and oh, they're going to be 1 short. 1 short. Okay, so we have 1 fighter on air superiority. That is an air hit. So that's going to be an air battle star for the Soviets. Now they've got 4 light infantry for 2 general hits. And then 1 next-gen MBT for a miss. Okay, so they trade air hits. That kills the Soviet fighter. And the Americans are going to take a hit on an ASF. That clears those off. Okay, 4 general hits is going to kill the 4 light infantry. 2 general hits. The Americans are going to take on an ASF and 1 Marine. That clears that off. Okay, here we go to 2. There's 1 next-gen MBT left defending. So let's get the attack bomber, fighter, and an attack chopper. Attack bomber, fighter, attack chopper. Okay, there's the hit by the attack bomber that was needed. The Soviet defends for another land target select hit. Or for a land target select hit. And they're going to select to kill the air cav. Get him out of there. Okay, the Soviets are done. That's another land battle star for the American. Put things back here. These two guys. American Roundel. Okay, that's that. So, the Americans are going to go up 2 for West Libya. Americans up 2, Warsaw Pact down 2. So the Americans go up 2 to 55. Warsaw Pact down 2 to 13. And then the Americans will also go up 2 for New Delhi. So it's going to take them up to 57. And the Soviets down to 53. And I believe that's all the adjustments. Okay, non-combat movement. B-52 returns Diego Garcia. These two SSNs move over here to I-12. These two diesel boats go 1, 2, 3 over here to I-10. Then these 4 SSNs over here in the Atlantic do have port bonus from, oh no, that's Soviet. They don't have port bonus. Okay, I got to take one move off of them then. They're going 1, 2, 3 over here to I-8. They will line up right there. All right, then over here in the mid-Atlantic, we're going to have a little change of strategy. One destroyer from A42 comes down here to A43. The frigate from A40, 1, 2, down to A43. One destroyer from A41 moves down to A43. The frigate from A38 moves down to A43. The amphib up here in port in southern United States loads up the 2 Marines and the attack chopper, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 with his port bonus. Down here to A43. So there's where they sit. Up here, The next gen MBT in Northeast United States is going to sea lift 1, 2, 3 over here and go ashore at Portugal in relative safety. And then the B-52 and the Backfire from southern England are air redeploying to the joint base at Lazio. So there they are down there now. And then finally, the American Expeditionary Force here in Bavaria moves into West Czechoslovakia. There's that. All right. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot something. I forgot to do the diplomacy role as part of combat resolution. Well, let's just correct that. Let's see what the Israeli diplomats think about this proposal. Well, they like it pretty good because there's an 11. It is accepted. Israel signs a military pact with U.S. Global. I will change the, I'll change everything out off camera, but that takes the American income from 57 up to 59. And now I think we're placing units. All right, I gotta remind myself here. Okay, so Suez is getting 2 next-gen MBTs and 2 fighters. So here's the card here for Suez. We added 2 next-gen MBTs, which is going to make a total of 5. And then 2 more fighters. We'll make this a green chip. That'll be a total of 4. Alright, then we have 2 advanced air superiority fighters built over here in Northeast United States. Okay, oh, yeah, military aid delivery. All right. For NATO, the destroyer is delivered to the major shipyard here in northern Germany. The other piece was, I gotta remember here. The next gen MBT, that's right. Next gen MBT that is going to Marmara. So that is this card right here. So the next gen MBT gets added to that. And then the Israeli aid that was purchased before the military pact gets delivered, and that is to next gen MBTs. there's that. Okay. Give the Americans their missile production. 5 cruise missiles. 4 anti-ship missiles. Okay, they've got 3 battle stars from this turn. Added to the 2 they had, makes a 5er for them. Money, they are at 59. Let's see here. Nothing, no additions. Wait a minute, I made a mistake. Whenever I rolled, when I rolled tech, I forgot it's morning again in America, so they get another roll on chemical. Well, that'll do it. So that's going to put chemical at stage 2. Okay, we got that rectified. Okay, now, as we said, the Americans are getting 59. There we go. And since I didn't do it last time, and this video isn't super long, let's take the look around. Okay, here's the Indian Ocean situation. There's what it currently looks like in South Asia. Let's zoom in just a touch. Okay, there we go. South Asia. Iran hasn't changed. The Middle East is quite different. I mean, that is that's a Soviet desert. The only 2 things, well, the only 3 things there that aren't Soviet are Yemen, Bahrain, and Israel. Everything else is. Okay, here's the situation in East Africa. Huge buildup in Sudan. Huge buildup in Sudan. Okay, this and this card here, what the Americans have in Suez. And of course their situation in Egypt now. Warsaw Pact is surrounded, and actually these guys are out of supply. Let me mark that real quick. Where are my out of supply markers? Here we go. Yes, East Libya is now out of supply. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're not. Because this is Africa, and Warsaw Pact Alliance light infantry and field artillery are never out of supply. Guerrilla tactics. So we'll just take that right back off there. Okay, here's the situation in southern Africa. Everybody's moved out to go elsewhere. What do the Americans got going on here? What's their plan, you think? And then here's the situation in Turkey, the Balkans. Things have clearly turned against Warsaw Pact. There's Eastern Europe, the Soviet response as it is. There's the tech chart. There's the income chart. Fallout currently stands at 8. Move this to turn 12. And Ozark Outpost. Over and out.